Long before darkness consumed the world, there was a kingdom unlike any other. Its name was Valeria, a land of towering castles, loyal people, and fearless knights. 4 generations, peace ruled every corner of the realm. Among all its warriors, one name stood above the rest: Sir Aldric, a knight whose courage inspired kings, and whose honor earned the respect of every soldier. He never fought for power. He fought to protect those who could not protect themselves. King Rowan ruled with wisdom. Queen Alara led with kindness. Together, they believed their kingdom would stand forever. But destiny had already begun to change. Far beneath the castle, the royal mage, Lyra, witnessed a terrifying vision. Darkness was awakening. A silent raven watched from the highest tower. As black storm clouds gathered beyond the mountains, the people celebrated another peaceful day, never knowing it would be their last. Far beyond the kingdom, an ancient fortress opened its gates once again, and within the shadows, a forgotten king opened his eyes. The age of peace was over. The forgotten fortress had awakened once again. For centuries, its gates remained sealed, hiding a dark secret buried beneath the earth. But now, the silence was broken. Deep inside the ancient halls, a forgotten king returned from the darkness. His name was erased from history. His kingdom was lost, but his hunger for revenge never faded. The Shadow King had returned. As darkness spread across the mountains, strange whispers reached the kingdom of Valeria. The people looked to the skies, unaware that a new war was approaching. Inside the royal castle, King Rowan searched for answers. Queen Alara felt the fear growing among her people. But royal mage Lyra knew the truth. Her vision had become clearer. She saw flames consuming the kingdom. She saw armies of shadows marching through the gates of Valeria. She saw the fall of everything they had protected for generations. But among the darkness, one warrior remained standing, a knight who had faced countless battles, a knight whose destiny was tied to the darkness itself, Sir Aldric. Yet this time, saving the kingdom would come with a terrible price, because the curse that followed him was not a weakness. It was the only power capable of stopping the Shadow King. The kingdom of Valeria was no longer the same. The shadows that once existed only in legends had finally returned to the world. Across the mountains, the armies of the Shadow King moved closer. Their banners covered the horizon, and their footsteps echoed like a warning of the coming destruction. For the first time in generations, the people of Valeria looked upon their kingdom with fear. The walls that protected them for centuries were now standing against an enemy unlike anything they had ever faced. Inside the royal castle, King Rowan gathered his knights. He knew that courage alone would not be enough this time. The enemy they faced was not searching for land, or gold, or power. The Shadow King wanted revenge, a revenge that had waited for centuries. Queen Alara stood beside her people. She reminded them that a kingdom was not built by its castles, but by the hearts of those who protected it. Meanwhile, royal mage Lyra searched through the ancient books hidden beneath the castle. She discovered a forgotten truth about the curse of Sir Aldric. The curse was not created by darkness. It was created to fight against it. Long ago, an order of knights carried the same power. They were known as the guardians of the fallen light. But their story was erased, because the world feared their power. And Sir Aldric was the last one who carried their legacy. As the armies of the Shadow King reached the borders of Valeria, the first battle began. The skies turned black. The sound of horns filled the battlefield. Thousands of soldiers charged toward the kingdom walls. The knights of Valeria fought with honor, but the power of the shadows was overwhelming. One by one, the kingdom's defenses began to fall. The people started losing hope. But then, a single knight walked through the smoke. His armor was damaged. His sword was covered in dust. But his determination remained unchanged. Sir Aldric had arrived, the knight who carried the curse, the warrior who was feared by many, was now the only hope of Valeria. As he stood before the battlefield, the mark of the curse began to glow. The darkness inside him awakened. For years, Aldric feared this power. He believed the curse would destroy him. But now he understood the truth. The curse was never meant to control him. It was meant to be controlled by him. With his sword in hand, Sir Aldric entered the battlefield. Every strike pushed back the shadows. Every step brought hope back to the kingdom. But far away, the Shadow King watched from his dark fortress. He knew the night had awakened, and he knew their final battle was approaching. The cursed night has returned. But this time, he will fall with the kingdom. The war between light and darkness had begun, and the fate of Valeria would be decided by one final battle.